Hi guys. Just want to do a follow-up video for the dream that we had for this right here. I had gone into prayer with the Lord the other morning. This message that I received was actually on December the 20th, and was that yesterday? Yeah, yesterday. And I had gone to the Lord and basically was just thanking Him for reminding us or reminding me about the word kidal or kiddle, which led to the fishing weir or fishing wire, which led to how we went through on this dream and how we were identifying what was going on. Um, we had a couple of images of the fishing wires that I found online that I wasn't sure if you remembered, so I'm just going to pull them all right up here. But basically, it's a place where it channels fish into a particular area. And it does kind of look like they're not able to get out, like it's a trap, like it's a definite enclosure, and especially with this one, it just kind of looks like whoops, it kind of looks like the fish are just going around, they can't get out. Um, and so um, I was praying to the Lord about the dream because we still hadn't gotten any information about the two people that were arguing with the snakes over their head. I'm not sure if you remember that, but if you have a chance to go back and listen to the dream video, it will describe that these two people were arguing, and the snakes were just like their mouths open and just kind of over these two people who were arguing. Um, so I asked the Lord about that, and I wanted to know, what it was. And the message that I received, I had great disturbance trying to get. I realized that somewhere in the middle of the message, when the Lord fell quiet, I realized that I was being blocked from hearing Him. Something was put put in the way, and I could not hear Him very clear. Um, it would be equivalent to seeing clarity in a swimming pool versus seeing in a pond. Um, Quite different water and clarity of the water. So the beginning of the message was very clear, it was very strong, it was, and then right in the middle of the message when I was asking about the snakes and the men, that's when the interference came in, and I truly believe it was the enemy. I went into prayer, and I rebuked those spirits off. I asked the angels to help me remove the blockages so that I could hear from our Father, and I identified which voices were the only ones allowed to speak, and it was at that point where I was able to get the rest of the message. So sometimes stuff like that happens, and it happens because um, the enemy just does not want certain things to come out. He just does not. And so I want to submit this word to you, but I'm going to submit it to you, and actually with all messages that you hear, whether it's from me, whether it's from some other person, it does not matter. Please pray over it and go to the Lord about them. Okay? But this one, I'm really going to say, please pray over this message. It is regarding the dream, and we'll just see if we are able to get some confirmation on this. That would be great. So I went into prayer that morning, and um, I was doing praise and worship, and a song by oh gosh, I can't recall who I was listening to as the artist that sang it, but many people have sang this, but it was the song Mary Did You Know. I want to talk to you all about that here in just a little bit, because I came across something that I would like to read to you, but I just want to make that note right now. that I do want to come back and talk to you about. That may not be this video, but the next one, because it's going to be very important. I want to talk to you about something. I thank the Lord just really for reminding me about that word kittle or kidal, and that it linked to the fishing wire. And I asked him um, about the dream, and if there was anything in there, um, if there was something he wanted to tell us more about this dream. And this is what he said. He said, "My child, it is this, that there are those who are unaware of what is getting ready to occur. They must position themselves immediately. They must fortify the walls of their heart within me, strengthen themselves within me, and clear out all other. My child, listen to the words I say this day. My children of the world, you must gather unto yourselves the ways of the kingdom. Cast out all hindrances in your life that do not allow these things, that do not allow me to come near. Hinder me not, my children, hinder me not, for I am the helping hand in the darkness, the one that pulls you away from calamity and turbulence, and will be forthcoming unto your world. Make haste, my children, make haste." And that's when it got quiet. And that's not, the Lord doesn't normally do that. When I'm in prayer with him and he's giving me a thought or what have you, he'll end it if it's the end. But I kind of sense that it's the end, like it's a different feel. I kind of know it's the end. Here I just sat and I just waited. I'm like, I thought to myself, is this the whole message? It didn't feel like it was the whole message. So I came to him after a little bit, and I said, Father, there were two people arguing, and in the dream, and above the two people were two snakes. I said, what does this mean, and who do they represent? And what is it that you want us to know and understand from this? And he said this. He said, my child, it is those who are preoccupied with the world. The enemy will come down upon them in great masses. The arguments declare, and then it was just like, I kid you not, it was like static. It was just like, it was like all of a sudden his voice was 1,000 miles away and I was trying to hear it. And I literally told him, Father, I can't hear you clearly. And I really had to tune in to listen, and I heard the arguments declare their spirits coming forth, such as anger and frustration, and then it was fuzz again. And I told him again, I said, Father, I cannot hear you very clearly. And so I came back to the Lord again, and I said, I come back and I ask you again, this is not clear. Who are the two people, and who do they represent? And what's the meaning of the snakes on their head? Are we even allowed to know that right now? And he said, my child, it will be known, for I will declare it. And then he fell real quiet again. And I sat waiting. I knew it wasn't the end. I didn't know what was going on. And then it finally dawned on me, I was being blocked. It was like a block was right there. And so I had to go into prayer, and I was rebuking the evil spirits, and I was asking in the name of Jesus, I was asking the angels to help remove these spirits away from me and to protect me while I was talking to the Lord, and that I even identified what voices I wanted to have speak and no other could speak. And I specifically went through, but then he started talking again. And this is what he said. He said, the snakes represent evil. Evil tidings upon those who are preoccupied with the world and its ways. Anger and frustration are fruits of the Spirit that I do not desire my children to have. Therefore, these are not those. Watch and see what I say to you is true. They are two combating for a single position of authority, both within the realms of darkness. They are those who are forthcoming to be presented upon the earth. And I sensed at that time, I was sensing that the snakes were their crowns. So guys, I need for y'all to pray over this. I need for you to pray over this because it was a struggle to get this message. I hear this message. I look at it. I don't really understand what they're saying, but he is identifying, excuse me, my nose itches. He is identifying these two people. They are combating for a single position of authority, both within the realms of darkness. They are those who are forthcoming to be presented upon the earth. So, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what it is. At first, I thought, is this the Antichrist and the false prophet? But then I thought, I don't know. Is it somebody else fighting for a position of authority? Maybe within the UN? Is it two people fighting over that? I don't know. But it's two combating for a single position. Not two positions. They're fighting over one position. Both within the realms of darkness. I don't know. Guys, all I know is that we have to be ready. We have to make sure our hearts are ready. Our hearts have to be ready. We have to be ready for what's getting ready to happen. We have no idea the stuff that's going to be coming forth. And he said in the beginning here, those that are unaware of what's getting ready to occur, they must position themselves immediately. I even looked up the word evil tidings because it says here the snakes represent evil. And evil tidings upon those who are preoccupied with the world and its ways. And I'm like, evil tidings? I mean, that's not a word I use. It's not a common word that I hear, every day. I'm sure you all don't use those words. Maybe you do. I don't know. But I couldn't find a definition for evil tidings. And I did find, Strong's. I looked up Strong's, 7451 for evil and 8052 for tidings. And, it kind of gave me a little bit more insight. And then Psalms 112 also has a little bit of David's talking about something that, not to be afraid of evil tidings. So I found that language to be interesting, because the Lord will have certain words in their message, that I'm like, well, I don't even know what that word means, and I have to go look it up, or what have you. So anyway, guys, I will add that to the comment section because you guys can study it, you can share it, you can discuss it, print it off, do whatever. Again, I do have to say, please do not alter the message from the Lord itself, as that is documented the exact way that He gave it to me. So as far as that goes on this particular video, that's all we're going to talk about with the dream right now. I did want to bring something to your attention though. Yesterday morning, when I was just kind of meditating over what the dream and all the different information and the darkness and what have you, I was kind of thinking back to, well, thank goodness I sat through um, um, thank goodness I sat through TV Shore's videos, because I know a little bit more about the darkness, and I understand that it is a 3-day journey for not only the bride but the lost and the backslidden, and everyone's 3-day journeys are all different. The bride does follow the journey through as the path that Jesus had, um, and the lost as of Paul or Saul, and the backslidden as of Jonah. And so it's a fascinating study. And again, I have to bring that up. Please, if you've got time, please go take a look at it. This is the 4th time that I have brought that um, out on a video, and every single time, with the exception of the first time, I have not planned on saying that at all. So, guys, I need for you to heed what I'm telling you then, because it's actually the Lord, prompting me to say it. So somebody out there needs to take a look at those and calm their fears and be a little bit more prepared as to what the darkness is going to represent. Also, yesterday's video was 3 messages regarding the darkness and basically what is going to be happening throughout the darkness from the Lord. There will be a lot going on in the world. We need to be made aware of what that will be. Um, TV Shore's videos will help us understand that. But the mercy that is going to be offered by the hand of God is the information that I provided for you yesterday. But something else that I wanted to know or wanted to say is that thank goodness that I sat through her videos, because it's given me a little bit more of an understanding about the darkness, to where I'm able to share some of the stuff that I'm learning about the darkness and pass it on to somebody else. So TB learned about it, she passed it to me. I gathered some more information about it, and I'm going to now pass it to somebody else, and hopefully they're going to add some more information to it and pass it on to somebody else. It is a helping hand. We help each other, and we help pull each other up, pull us up the ladder, pull us up over that mountain, get whatever. But we are offering a helping hand to each other. And I thought that was very interesting, because I thought, well, I remember that the Lord gave me a message regarding that, and it was regarding the Forerunners. So Teresa was a forerunner for me, and I'm a forerunner for somebody else, and they're going to be a forerunner for somebody else, and that's just how, hopefully we can get everybody pulled up and what have you. So I started thinking about the message, and I thought, well, I need to go look up that message. And so I had gone to work, and I didn't have a chance to get on to search for the message until it was my lunch hour. But when I did, I happened to note that someone had tagged me in a message, or had commented on a message. And the exact message that this person had commented on was the message I was looking for. So guys, I'm going to tell you, that's how the Lord works. It's not a recent message. It was a message back from August the 1st of 2016. And it was not, it was one in my Facebook page that it can get covered up or what have you. But this is one that was in my notes section. And it was, what are the odds someone's going to tag me in the very message I was thinking about that morning needing to look up? Guys, there is no such thing as coincidence. The Lord truly wanted me to take a look at this message. So when I went back and took a look at the message, the name of the message was Forerunners, Clearing the Path. And I think it has something that the Lord wants us to hear and understand. But I also want you to know that it identified waters in it. And I sat back and I thought, Lord, you've really been talking to me about the waters and the waves. And remember in that Zanzibar message I was talking to you all about, and I kept getting interrupted because I took my lunch at work? And he said to me something about the waters and the waves. Did I understand? And that's when I got interrupted, like right there. And then I never really got a clear answer on that. It, there's something about the waters and the waves. And so I did a real quick search on some of my other messages, and I did find a couple of other messages that identify the water and the waves. But one of them identifies a fish harvest. So I thought that was really interesting. So we're going to read those this evening, and I will go ahead and put those again in the comments, and then for y'all's study, for your discernment, whatever you want to use those for. And most definitely you can share them if you would like to, or if you feel led to. Okay, so let's talk about the Forerunners message first. This was a message that was given to me right around the time that the Zanzibar messages and the arcs and all of the places of safety. This was right around that time. So this was given to me August 1st, 2016, and this is what he said. My child, the time has come. It is before us now. The time that we have awaited. The time that has been warned about to so many. Hearken unto the words that I am giving you now, my children. Listen with your hearts, and know that I am guiding you into utmost safety and protection. My loves, know this to be true, that I adore you with all that I am, and will unfold the plan before you with such precision. Wonder not how it will come to be, my loves, for it shall be so as I will make it so. Many things will come to be in this period of time, quickly and abundantly. But I say this to you, that you shall be protected in all things. Halt not your searching for me through your hearts and minds, as I am ready and well able to fill them. You stand upon the rock that has been provided for you, that will not falter nor waste away in times of trouble. Watch and see, for what I say is true, for it shall come to be as I have spoken. Outer rim areas are closest to my realm. My children, closest to my realm, my children, and shall be protected areas for you. Those who pass through the waters shall be allowed entry upon the land. My Father's heart is with those who enter in, for he has selected and chosen those who come forth at this time. There are many who will not know or understand the plan that has been put into place for such a time as this. But my children, you have been given the dictation of my messages in times past that explain the different levels of maturity within my children. Sin cannot enter in, my loves. Hearts must be clear and pure. Different stages of learning is where they are at currently, but I say that will change soon. Those allowing hindrances within their life, altering their path and relationship with me, shall falter in the coming days. But I say, if thou shalt lay it down, clear it out, I shall forgive. Repent. For those who are already walking my path, but have not sought out my attention or plan for their life, and wander about aimlessly in any direction following as the wind blows, you must stop, turn around, and find me again. I shall not allow the common misconception that you have your own plan for this life. I have bought and paid for that plan, for my plan, to be in place for your protection, for your survival. This is no laughing matter. Watch and see what I say, for it is true. Turn, repent. I am quick to forgive. I am quick to love. For those who are called early, make no mistake, you are the forerunners, clearing the path, the hedges, the stumbling blocks for those who follow. The helping hand reached out behind you, gathering them up. Falter not, my loves, for this is not common ground, but new frontier, new horizons to conquer and overcome. It shall be through my strength, my wisdom, and my ways in order for it to happen. You shall be experiencing changes very soon, and may experience changes that may be uncomfortable to deal with. However, it must be for the progression of your faith in me, testing and walk. Rest in me, my loves, and you shall see great and mighty things to behold. My love for you all is enormous, and I cannot wait to hold you once again and have you in my presence. You shall know my ways upon you very soon. Shalom, my loves. And that was the end of the message. He speaks of the waters. He speaks of the waters. So when we look at this, and to confirm that yes, these are the sheep here, and the goats, the sheep, I think some may have been thinking that the sheep were actually the backslidden. They were actually they're still the bride, they're just backslidden. And I think someone had mentioned to me that may be who the sheep were. I think he's saying here that there are many of us all on different levels of understanding, of learning, our teaching, where we are in our walk with the Lord. And that's understandable. I mean, we see that in people every day. But he's saying here that will change soon. So something is coming in. He's saying, you know, different levels of maturity within my children. Sin cannot enter in. Different stages of learning is where they are at, but that shall change soon. So is that what the places of safety are for? We already know that we're going there for rest, and we know that in some of them it's going to be training. I don't know. I submit that for your discernment. I really do. Talk to the Lord about it and see what he has to say. Those who pass through the waters shall be allowed entry upon the land. They'll have the Father's heart. So maybe we're not allowed to pass through the waters until we're ready, until we reach a certain maturity level. I'm not sure. So I will submit this one too for you all to read. It's called The Forerunners, and I'll leave the title on it so that you can find it. just interesting stuff. But the water is what caught my eye, and I thought, oh, well, we're talking about water right now. We're talking about the trees in the water, and we've identified the trees are people. So, um, yeah, it's going to be interesting. And remember that other message we talked about? It said areas. Remember, I even stopped and said plural. It's plural. It's more than one. It's more than one. So is it different areas for different levels? I always thought when I had the dream about the island and I talked to the Lord about it, and he says it was a place for like-minded people, and I thought, or no, he said it was people like you. And I thought in my mind, well, is it like-minded, or is it that we have the same purpose, the same task for the Lord, or what was it that, he was trying to identify? And, he didn't clarify what that was, but I thought, well, maybe it is. Maybe it is now, levels of maturity or where we are in our walk with the Lord, or it still could be purposes. I don't really know. Um, I don't know. I don't know. But at some point, as we go along, Lord willing, if we're still here, we'll still be learning. Um, Either that or we'll be experiencing it. So, I mean, it's that close. I feel like it is just that close that we may just be experiencing it. It just is. You don't know. So I did find a couple of other ones that I want to read to you because this is just it's just fascinating to me. And this is the one with the fish in it. And this was back in November 2015. And basically the personal note that I had in here was that Father was impressing upon my heart that he wants his children to know who he is, and what his heart is. And he wants his children to know him, but not only know him, but to know him as a father, and just that he's in complete control, and that he will provide for us because he's our father. And basically that we have to trust him. We have to trust him, and to trust him enough to know that he will take care of everything. He'll, hands down, no questions. He's going to take care of it. So here's the message that he gave that day, and it was pretty interesting. It was, daughter, upon the waters you will go. Be cast upon the waters to yield the harvest within, the fish harvest within. You may see many upon the water with you, my love, your purpose, but my love, your purpose is specific for some. Cast your cares upon me, my love, and toss them to the wind, for I will tend to them. Your shank shall not shore up the gap between us, but my arms are long enough to redeem. Trouble is coming, my love, trouble is coming, and many do not know and are unaware of its movement forward in their lives. Keep me near, and know that I will guide you upon the raging waves that will enter your world. If I say I shall do this, it shall be done, my love. Take no care or worry about it. It shall be done. Now, it goes on a little bit more, and I'll post this message as well. This is a November 17, 2015 message. But let's come back to what he's saying here now, guys. We're being given information, and it's got to tie in here somewhere. What is he speaking of when he's saying, I will guide you upon the raging waves that will enter your world? Now I have to say this. I had a sister, and thank you so much. I have not been able to comment on your comment yet. I intend to do that after this video. But I had a sister provide me a comment that said that Begley had a video about the waves of energy, and somehow it was tying into water. I have not had the opportunity to take a look at it. I am not promoting anything for Begley. Although I do I do know that he brings up some pretty prominent and important points. Um, I think that I think that what he is doing in his field, and what he is doing a fantastic job in what the Lord has asked him to do. And I have to give my hat off to him for that. He has been obedient to the Lord. He has been a gracious servant to God, and he has provided and gotten a hold of some people that I understand and have listened to many years ago regarding what this possibly could be. So I don't know. I haven't listened to the video. I'm just giving you a heads up of what the sister had said. I do need to sit down and listen to it. I just have not had the time to do it. So if anybody has any information that could just, provide a snippet of something just to let us know what that's all about, that would be great. Otherwise, I need to sit down and listen to this video if the Lord allows. I am finding that the Lord blocks me from certain things, and I notice that if I move forward past before waiting on Him to say yes, you can listen to it or not, I find I run into a little bit of trouble. I find that something happens within the video or the message that just really causes me great conflict later on. And so I need to be real careful about what I listen to. He's been very good about trying to block me and keep me contained and point me into the directions as to what information he wants me to know. So if you have any information on that, please share it. I would love to understand what it's all about. And if he gives me the go ahead and listen to it, then I will definitely be trying to listen to see exactly what that's about. But there's something about the water, and there's something about the waves, and it's important. And the Lord is saying here that he's saying that the trouble is coming. Trouble is coming, and we're unaware of its movement forward in our lives. So, guys, I just want you to be aware of that. Let's see. He said in another message, and I'm not going to post this one, I'm just saying one word out of it. Upon the waves I shall carry my children unto safety. Upon the waves I shall carry my children unto safety. So I found that while I was searching it out. Okay, so let's read the rest of this. He says, let's see. I am a hand of help in trouble. My ways among all others, and no other way shall be allowed. You shall see this, my love. You shall see this, and much more. Upon the waves I shall carry my children unto safety. Make no mistake, I am there for them, and they shall not worry for anything. Keep your mind alert today. Stand strong within my spirit and under my wing, and I shall carry you this day, strengthening you. Stay strong. My saints of old are here to help. They are here to aid your passage unto me. Listen to them, for they shall be guiding you along the way. Pray now for my people that are long and far from me, for I desire them to turn. Love all you come into contact with, and show my light unto as many as you can. This day stands alone. Amen. And that was the end of the message for that one. So that's not the only time that I heard the saints of old are coming to help us. That's not the only time that I've heard that. I've heard it at least one other time, possibly twice. The other time I had the understanding it was the prophets coming alongside the prophets of old coming alongside those who were hearing messages from the Lord and providing prophecies today, that they would be merging to bring forth, to do God's will. I I can't even I can't even imagine. Can you imagine? Um, but guys, that is not so far fetched. Let's think about this, because when Jesus resurrected, there was an earthquake and people came out of the graves. We also know that, the dead in Christ are going to rise first. Is that actually people in the graves? Or is that actually people that have died to themselves, or both? Um, so guys, to hear about the messages that he's been providing, sometimes, people can hear it and say, oh, that is just like, far out. That's just so far out, and I have to say, at first I'm thinking, am I hearing you right, Lord? What are you telling me? But guys, know that I wouldn't share it with you if I didn't think I honestly heard from the Lord. I'm telling you. So, there's big things getting ready to happen. There's huge things getting ready to happen, and there's going to be a destruction. There's going to be a calamity of some sort. And guys, I'm here to tell you, if it's the I remember he told me, I'm sorry, I don't know why my nose is itching. Is somebody talking about me? Is that how that go? Or is that the palm? Oh no, that's something else. Is it the ear? I don't know whatever it is, but my nose is itching. So, but back in July of 2014, the Lord gave me a message, and I don't know if I can find it in here or not, but it is. Let me just paraphrase it. It was he was speaking of, now that you've gotten your heart ready, your house, your heart, now that you've gotten your heart ready, now get your house ready. And he was talking to me in terms of food and water, to put up food and water, and that calamity, um, for me not to worry about it, not to fear, because it was going to pass overhead. It was going to pass over. And at first I thought, well, what in the world is that going to be? Is that like a, is that like an asteroid? Is that like a meteor? What is, the comets were all happening back in, you remember those comets back in 2014, and that came, the one that hit Russia, was it, or burst over Russia? Was, there was a lot going on at that time, and I thought, well, what in the world? And so, you know, and then I started thinking, well, Lord, are you giving me the hint that it could possibly happen around Passover? And so I'm thinking, is that what it is? And you have to look at it, because the Lord will hide things right in plain sight, and it's our perception, our understanding as to what it is. Because remember, guys, the eye of the needle. Remember, I thought it was just a sewing needle, and come to find out through a friend that the eye of the needle is also the keyhole in the door. And then we find out too, with even more research, that it's a little slit in the wall. It's a narrow passage to get through the wall, the gate. And so it's all about perception and understanding. And so I thought, well, Lord, are you trying to tell me about Passover? I had no idea what it was about. And but no, I think it has to do with passing over. It will pass over. Um, I'm located in North Carolina. I'm in Raleigh, North Carolina, and that's where I live. And this is where I lived when he gave me the message. So, he's not asked me to move. He has asked other people to move over the years and relocate them into different areas. He has not asked me to move. He has asked me to put up some food and water, which I have done. He's asked me to do some other things as far as supplies and different things around the house and around, out and about. And, these are things that are put up um, specifically for the time that he needs them. And will I be here at that time? I don't know. I have no idea. Will my family be here? I don't know. I don't know. But I'll tell you what, whatever the Lord wants those things to be used for, they will be used for, and they will be here for Him. And so there's many things, that the Lord has spoken about all of these years, and because I know a lot of people have said, well, the Lord hasn't asked me to put any food and water away, and that's okay. That's okay. Maybe you're not going to be there. Maybe the Lord's going to, maybe you're in the first wave and you don't have to worry, about it. Or, maybe there's, people around you that are all going to be doing that. And He, wants you to focus on something else. So I don't want anybody to stress and worry about that. If you haven't felt it here, and you haven't felt, that, I need to be doing something, because believe me, He will guide you. You will just automatically start picking up things, in the grocery store and start putting them away for whatever, stuff like that happens. You can just be, you could be unpacking the groceries, and your child will be asking you, well, why do you have 15 cans of this? Well, I don't know, I just felt led to, and that's what it is, and that's how He does it. And so it, go to the Lord about it. I would pray about it. But I think where we are right now, I think He's got everything. I think He's spoken to who He's needed to speak to. I know there are some folks that He's asked to, please move, and they've moved. They've gotten out of harm's way, and so guys, it's just. But I remembered now when I was reading that about the raging waves. Is it the waves of energy that Begley's been talking about? I don't know. Because I don't know. I haven't listened to his videos, so I don't really know. So it would be interesting to go and take a look at those and see what they have to say. But anyway, I have one more word that I tripped across that I want to read to you, because it's pretty interesting. It's encouraging. It's very encouraging, and it shows a side of the Lord I think we all need to see. Let me find it here. He gave it to me on July 22nd, 2016. He woke me up at just a little bit before 5 in the morning. Now he did tell us that there was a time for the enemy's demons and the enemy's angels to be bombarding the earth to destroy it. There was a set time. I think you guys remember me reading you that particular message. So just kind of keep that in mind while you're listening to this. July 22nd. My land, my world will be overtaken by those who care to destroy it. It shall be allowed for such a time as this. My children, my chosen ones, will be in safety, safe from all harm, and will not hear nor see the destruction, protected from all harm. Those who remain will need a Savior. I stand ready, ready to fill their hearts with hope and love and peace and joy, and things that this world cannot offer them. I am the far-reaching arm upon the waters that will arise and pull up all who will need a hand. I am the one who will always be there for you, no matter what the circumstance that has arisen. I am the fire, the sea, the wind, and the waves all in one. Can you not see this? I am more than you know, more than you see, more than you are able to handle in my entirety. I offer hope to all those who desire it, love to those who need it, and peace to those who are overwhelmed by life. My hands will cover them, protect them as a shield, and I shall never let them go. For who says that I, the Lord God, creator of all things, must stop loving my children? Who says it must be done this way or that? There are no rules for my love, no rules for my protection. I am the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end. Who is able to withstand me? Who can stand before me with such arrogance? I break down walls and burst barriers put in place. I say who, when, and what will be done, not man. I will go forth and provide a way. I will show light unto the nations. I am the Savior of the world, and no one else. There is no other living God. Check the record books. No other has risen. No other speaks. No other comforts. Bow down to your wood if you like, it hears not. Your statue, and burn incense to their dedication. What can they do for you? It is and will be a sad day when all realize the one true living God was in their presence, and they knew him not. Cast him aside like a dirty rag. I shall remember all words spoken, thoughts and impressions of the heart. Atonement will for them will be made. And that was the end of the message. Guys, we serve a mighty God, one that is full of love. He is nothing but love, and everything he does is based out of love. These judgments that are coming, they are redemptive. They are there to have us turn. But for those who even wait to the very last minute and they're going through some of this terrible times that are coming upon the earth, he still stands ready. He still waits for the call. He is ever ready to send his far-reaching arm, as he said, to pull them out. He told me in a couple messages before, I will reach my hands into the depths of hell to get my children. He gave me a great study on that, and we'll discuss that another time. But guys, don't disregard his compassion, because he loves with every fiber of his being. He loves, and he loves you. So if you're not walking with him, guys, come hang out with him. He's such a cool person. Yes, he's our Father. Yes, he will correct. Yes, he gets angry. Yes, he fixes things. But he loves. He loves. It's all love. It's all love. So guys, get ready for what's coming. There's something coming, and it's coming quickly. I feel it. I feel it. I feel the urgency. I feel the urgency. You know, I don't know what it is. I truly do not know what it is. I don't know. I'm reminded of something just now. A dream I had. I was in a tall building. I was in a city. And I was looking outside the building. And I saw Donny Osmond. but he was tall. He was as tall as my building. And then I saw another somebody, and I can't remember who that person was. Lucille Ball. And they were looking in the building. And I was blowing kisses to them. I was like, I don't know why, but I wasn't afraid. I don't know what that was about. Um, but I remember this, that when I woke up, I had the sense, I had a download. It was like a sense of, um, in 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 New York City, they have these ancient Chinese herbal medicine shops where you could go in and they had all they got dried mushrooms and all of these different things in jars. And I'm not talking about a voodoo shop, and I'm not talking about nothing like that, so please don't misunderstand me. I'm talking about ancient Chinese medicine that's herbs. It's sometimes they do the acupuncture or whatever, but in these shops they make like tinctures, or they make poultices, or they make um, you know um, something along those lines. Um, so in my dream, I was putting on lotion on my arms. I was real careful not to get it on my watch. So I was putting this lotion on my arms, and when I woke up, I knew that it was something that in the cream that the Chinese medicine shops had made, and the only thing I could remember was milk thistle. And so I don't know anything about milk thistle. I've never really, I'm not a herbalist. I don't, if it's not like it comes in my one a day, I don't know what it is for the most part. I have not, ventured off into that area. And so I had to look up what milk thistle was, and what it was used for. Well, if it's used in a lotion of some sort, it's usually used for protection of radiation. So I just want to bring that to your forefront. Um, so I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I know I was putting it on, but when I woke up, I had the download. I had the sense that it was a Chinese shop, like, you know, he gave me the understanding that it was a shop in New York City that put these tinctures together, and the word he gave me was milk thistle. So I submit that for your discernment. Um, you can look it up yourself. I looked it up and I printed it off, and I have it in one of my books. I'll see if I can find the link and at least provide the link where I found the information on it. So guys, I submit that to you as well. Sorry about this video being so long. I didn't want it to be this long. I'm trying really hard. There's just so much I have to get out to you. There's just so much. The Lord has just been speaking for so long. I feel rushed to get it out to you so that you guys can absorb it and pray over it and talk to the Lord about it. So, guys, I just want to say thank you again for coming on my journey. I am not going to make another video tonight, and unless the Lord really impresses upon my heart and leads me to do another video, hopefully, I'm really going to try and not do one until after Christmas. That doesn't mean that I won't do one, because as the Lord leads, I will do. And so I'll be obedient to what He wants me to do. But guys, so I'm just going to say to you that, this could be the last video before until after Christmas. And so I would just like to say Merry Christmas to you all, and Happy Holidays. And I hope that you have a gathering with your family to where you can sit down and just really say, I love you. Thank you. This is what I'm thankful for. be sure to take some time with each of your family members and just let them know how much you love them. And enjoy your meal together. Enjoy your prayer, your Thanksgiving prayer together over the meal. And, and just enjoy each other. Enjoy each other. We've got some turbulent times coming, and things are going to get bumpy, guys. So enjoy the time that we do have together, Lord willing, if we're still here. So, guys, God bless you. I love you. I pray Psalms 91 over you. Stay under His wing. Stay protected. And enjoy your holidays. God bless you all.